Hey friends, welcome back to my channel X Stitch and Chill. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Hope you are enjoying these stitchy updates. And if you're new here, my name is Kelsey and this is my channel all about cross stitch and the projects I'm working on and what I plan to work on in progress of everything else. I also like to talk about what I am watching or listening to while I am stitching, because I tend to stitch to keep my hands busy so that I am not snacking and things while I am watching TV. I'm really excited to film this video for you guys because I have a lot of really great progress on some of the projects that I've been working on, and if you ever want to stitch live with me and see how I work and chat and hang out, I am on Twitch every Wednesday and Sunday. So I'll link to my Twitch below. I also have a Discord if you want to join in the conversation there. I absolutely love talking to you guys and hearing what you're working on and hearing what you are excited about. And I also love tips and tricks. So anything like that you want to share, you can head over to Twitch on Wednesdays and Sundays, or you can join my Discord and we can chat there. Like I said, this is mostly updates of WIPs. I don't really have any starts or anything. I actually don't even have any haul. Can you believe that? I actually haven't bought anything since my last video, which is like impossible, right? But I've been really concentrated on working on a couple projects that I already have. So I'm excited to show you guys all the progress on that. So the first one I'm going to show is my Schitt Creek landmarks. And if you follow me on Instagram or if you have been watching my Twitch, you'll know that I have finished page 2 of this pattern. So I have page 1 done and I have page 2 done, except for the back stitching on page 2 because it goes on to page 3 and I just want to do it all at once. So I'm just going to wait for that. But this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. It will be 11 by 16 inches and I am stitching on 16 count ivory Charles Craft Aida. And this is what it looked like last time. I gotta remember to show you all the things so that you're super impressed with me at the end. And then this is where I am now. So I finished page 2 and page 2 ends like right here. So I kind of stitched on just to use up the rest of my threads. So and I have a good chunk of the card on page 3. And page 3 is a lot more gray, like it's the rest of this building, which is all gray. There's like maybe 2 or 3 more windows. And then there's like a big garage door over here that's gonna get done. And yeah, just a lot of gray. I'm almost out of the gray hell, I guess. But once I finish the gray hill, then I go to page 4, which is underneath the town hall over here. And that is a brown hill. So it's the Rose Apothecary, and the Rose Apothecary is 90% brown on that page, all the same brown color. So it's nice though, because it does require little thought and energy to stitch on this one. So it's really great when I'm watching something that I actually want to watch and I don't have to like stop and be confused as to where I was. It's just like stitch. So it's a great mindless one and I'm really liking how it's turning out. I feel like I complain about like it being color blocked, but I actually do like it. Yeah. I complain about it, but sometimes. It's especially hard like when I get to a certain point, like when I was almost done with this one. I only had like by this window and like this is the top of the awning for the vet clinic right here. And while I was stitching it, I was like so close to being done that it felt like forever to do the couple stitches that I had. It just felt like, oh my gosh, this is never going to end. I'm never going to finish. But I did, and just felt like I wasn't moving fast enough. I am loving this one. I love how it's turning out and I'm very excited to keep working on it. But I worked on this one pretty solidly the last couple weeks, so I think I might take a little break from this one and switch over to my next project, which is my other full coverage, and that is my Deathly Hollows. So this is by Thread Geeks. Oh, the Schitt's Creek Land March is Stitchy Time Designs on Etsy. And then this one is charted by Thread Geeks, but DJ Vigo is the artist. This one I had been working pretty obsessively on, and then I switched to Schitt's Creek and I worked pretty obsessively on that one. So I think I'm going to back to working obsessively on Harry Potter. So this one is Deathly Hallows Starry Night. It will look like this when it's done, and it's going to be 12 by 15 inches. I am stitching it on 18 count, and this is where I was last time. And here is where I am now. I am so excited that I got to like the yellows and the light greens, and oh my gosh, it's just stunning. I absolutely love this one. It's going to be so beautiful when it's finished. Like, I haven't pulled it out in a while, and so pulling it out today to film this, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to work on that. It's going to be so fun. But this one is definitely a lot of confetti, so it is a lot more work to focus and concentrate on it. And I'm almost done with page 1. So obviously this is where one page ends, and then that's the top. And then the bottom ends right down here. So not too many stitches, and most of the stitches that are left are 310, so black. And then like death is kind of starting right here, so there's going to be a huge chunk of black right there because he's quite large. But yeah, I am loving this stitch, and I'm really excited to get back into it. I think I let it go for a little while, and now and I was, like I said, I was obsessing over Schitt's Creek, and now I'm excited to go back to obsessing over this one, and almost a page 1 finished. So my next WIP is one of my travel WIPs that I've been taking to my daughter's cheer practice and anything else that I've been doing. And it is Switch Remotes by The Needle and Floss. And I have changed the colors a little bit, but I'm not sure what it looked like last time. I should have looked, but I'm kind of just doing this one for fun because I like the patterns and I like the Needle and Floss and all of her patterns. So this is one that I got when she had a 50% off sale for her patrons. This is what it looked like last time, and this is what it looks like now. So I'm pretty much finished with my little orange remote here, and the other remote is going to be teal on the other side. I switched up the cord here, but I don't really like it, so I think I might change it again. I really hate tearing things out and redoing them, but I feel like I'll be happier that way. So yeah, that's just, I mean, it's not a ton, like, you know, it's just like one row of gray stitches around, and it's just like above this part, and I messed up somewhere down in here, but we'll fudge it. So yes, I am excited to do that one and get the other color done and the other remote done. And so not much left on this one. It's a pretty small pattern. All right, in my last floss tube, I failed to mention that I got part 2 of Flossie Fox Shop's Farming Magic Stitch Along. I got part 2, and then I recently started it, and I was very excited to start it. So part 1 looked like this. It had the little cow and the flying pig, which is actually a dragon. I loved stitching it. It's so cute. The cow is freaking adorable. So I got a start on page, or not page 2, but section 2 of it, which is a sheep and some little chicks and a chicken. And it's super, super cute. I am working my way through it, there's also a fence. So this is where I am on that one. So I'm pretty much finished. There's like a little bird on the fence right here. I need to do the chicken and finish up the chicks. And then there's a bell up here that just needs a little finishing. So it's mostly done. I just have a couple more things get finished. I also might need to move the hoop because this fence post is a little close to the end. That is the Farming Magic Stitch Along. Loving it. I love it so much. It's so cute. I think this is the one that I've also been using as a travel stitch. So I will probably finish it today, or try to finish it today, because I have a couple other things that I am excited to work on. So let me share that with you. So now it's like time for a vote. I designed my own pattern again. I'm not going to show it yet, maybe in a little bit, but I have picked out all the colors and everything, and I'm just now working on what Aida I want to use. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion because I don't really know what color to do for my Aida. I wanted to do something a little different than what I normally do. I feel like I work with a lot of like whites and browns and I don't do anything fun. So I think this is a good project to do on something fun. So I have a couple of the colors here for the color scheme, and this is not all of them though. So it's just like some blues and purples. There's a couple darker blues and a couple brighter pinks in there too. But this is most of the colors. The other colors are like in other projects, and I didn't want to pull them out right now because I did that earlier. I can actually put a picture up here and show you all of the colors that I have for this stitch. So the question is, I bought both of these because I couldn't decide, and then I put it all together and I still couldn't decide. So with these colors, I have 2 different Aidas, and they're basically the same, just different colors. So I have the pink iridescent, I think it's a DMC, a Charles Craft, DMC Charles Craft, and this is the pink iridescent Aida. It probably is not showing up very well, but here are the colors with that. So pink is one option. I don't know if this is going to be like good enough for you guys to like make a decision on, but look, so pretty. Face the window. And then the other option is the same fabric, but in blue. Oh goodness, this one does not want to roll out as easily as the other one did. But like, go like this. Yeah, so the other option is this beautiful like baby blue, and it's also iridescent. So yeah, those are my 2 choices. I already kind of regret the iridescent because I have a glitter ban at my house because I hate glitter so much. And anytime I move this fabric and like unroll it or anything, I end up with like a pile of shimmer in my lap. And I know both of them are just gonna piss me off, but it's okay. It's okay. It's what we do for art, right? So yeah, those are the colors, and then I have the blue and the pink. They're both like baby colors, like a baby pink and a baby blue. So they're really light, and then they're shiny. And it's kind of like sky themed, if that helps you. So yeah, let me know down in the comments which one you think would look better. My daughter says blue. I'll keep my opinions to myself. But we'll have to see what you guys say and what you guys think. So that's all like the new things I really have to share with you guys. I didn't have any new starts or anything. I did not buy any new patterns. I've been a good girl. But I've been really excited about the progress I've been making. So as far as plans for the next couple weeks, I want to get back into Deathly Hollows, get that going. I want to finish Farming Magic Stitch Along Part 2, and I want to finish my Wii remotes, or not Wii remotes, they're Switch remotes, my Switch remotes. And then I want to start on my pattern, which is big. It's like 4 inches by 9 inches. I don't know. I can't do anything small. So, and both the Adas that I'm looking at are both 14 count. So it's like extra big. But it will be beautiful when it's done, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to working on it, but I just want to get a couple things out of the way first. So as far as like chill things that I've been watching, the Needle and Floss actually put out a super funny reel, and I've seen several others of it as well, but hers was the first one that I saw. And it was like, oh, what people think I listen to while I'm stitching. And it was like some happy pump up song. And then it was like, what I'm actually listening to. And then it was like, after she strangled her with the phone cord, Abigail hid her body in the closet or something. Like, basically listening to a murder podcast. That's me in a nutshell. I've definitely been doing that a lot lately. I've been watching like YouTube true crime, and I watched The Texas Killing Fields on Netflix, and I don't know what it is, you know, and it's just fine. Apparently I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I watch half of an episode of The Last of Us on HBO because my husband's been watching it, and I had zombie nightmares that night. So there's something wrong with my brain. I also finished A Court of Thorns and Roses that I was listening to. And then I immediately was like, oh my gosh, I gotta do the next one. And I listened to 2 chapters and stopped because I was having the same issues that I did at the beginning of A Court of Thorns and Roses, that the main character was being super whiny and just like, and I couldn't listen to it anymore. Like the first one, like for the whole first half, she's just whiny. And then the second half is like awesome. And then I'm feeling the same way about this one. So I don't know if I'll power through. It's 23 hours and I got it from the library, and I have to return it like the second week in March. And I really haven't listened to much of it. I might just take a break and listen to a different book instead. Because sometimes when I do them back to back, it like especially annoys me. Any book suggestions of, I like dystopian fantasies, and I like mostly like young adult fiction, but I'm not opposed to other things. I'm not really into like real world drama kind of books and stuff. I like funny books, but I'm not really into like sad stories. I guess. So if you have a book recommendation down below, I'm all ears. I was scrolling around on HBO and I saw the show Ghosts. There is an American version and it is on CBS, and I don't have anything that streams CBS. So I think I watched a few episodes of it, but I don't have anything to watch it on now, so I don't watch it. But the BBC version is on HBO. So I have been watching the BBC version of Ghosts, and it is hilarious. I have been really enjoying it. Super funny. It's about a couple who moves to this manor that they randomly inherit, and they're going to try and turn it into like a hotel or a wedding venue. And the woman has a near-death experience while she's there, and then now she can see the ghosts that live there. So she's just kind of like mediating between the ghosts and the humans, and her husband knows that they're there and that she's talking to them, but not really, other people don't really know about them. Super funny, great cast of characters, and highly recommend. I do want to watch the American version eventually, but I don't know if I'll ever have something that streams CBS. I might have to like steal my parents' like satellite login and watch it before I can actually really watch something. The last thing I watched was a mockumentary on Netflix. If you've seen Death to 2020 or Death to 2021 on Netflix, and you liked it, you'll really like this one. It was called Cunk on Earth, C-U-N-K, Cunk on Earth. And one of the actresses in like Death to 2020 is in it, and she's basically like interviewing people and going through the history of the world. And it seems like the people she's interviewing are not quite sure what's going on. But it was super funny, really great. It's only like 4 episodes, it's not very long. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's worth a watch if you need something like light and silly and funny. Super good. And that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!